Hey everyone! There are many ways to invoice and aXcelerate, and I'll be going over them in this video. When invoicing for tuition fees, it's generally recommended that this is always done from the enrollment or the booking. This video will cover invoicing manually, invoicing for workshop bookings, both in-house and public, and invoicing for class enrollment. To start with, you can invoice from the Finance Management page, located under the Finance menu. Simply search for a contact or begin filling out the fields below for whom you'd like to invoice. Manually enter your line items and hit Save. Next up is invoicing for an in-house workshop. To generate an invoice, click the text Not Generated Yet, found just above the price of the workshop. The top part of this page displays an overview of invoice information. If the workshop has had any financial notes added, they'll also display here. Further down are your invoice creation options. You'll be required to tick this checkbox and enter your aXcelerate user password to continue. The first option allows you to create a new invoice. The new invoice contact will default as the workshop's client contact. You can modify this by the icon to the right of the name. The lower section of the form will display if there are existing open invoices billed to other contacts of the same organization. You're able to add the line items for this workshop to these existing invoices using this functionality. Moving on to public workshops now, there are a few ways to invoice learners. The first is during the booking. You'll be shown this screen. You have the options to either create a new invoice or to add to an existing invoice. If you're creating a new invoice, you can issue the invoice number and lock the line items in one step. Additionally, selecting the bottom checkbox will redirect you to the invoice once you press Confirm. As always, you can modify the contact to invoice via this icon. Alternatively, view the learner booking status by the letter or letters in this column. Then, click the pencil icon next to the invoice field. For qualifications, there are two main ways to create invoices. Finance details for an enrollment can be found at the bottom of the page. If there are no fees set up against the class, the finance details will look empty like this. Click the pencil icon in the top right corner to update the financial information. First, choose a finance code at the top. Next, you need to allocate some fees. I'm just going to enter a value against the learner contribution. You may wish to set up finance models as well. We have a separate video which covers this in depth. After entering a tuition fee, choose Set up the Learner Invoice Now. This page allows you to choose whether to invoice for the full amount of the enrollment and also add additional items. Once ready, press Create Invoice. I'm now back on the enrollment page with the new enrollment, where tuition fees do already exist. Clicking Manual Invoice will take you to the exact same page as the previous example. Instead, I'm going to click this invoice icon on the left to quickly generate a new invoice. In summary, this video has demonstrated various ways to raise new invoices. As has been iterated earlier, it is generally recommended to invoice for tuition fees from the respective booking, as this will ensure invoices link correctly to enrollments. The next video will demonstrate how to cancel an incorrect invoice.